evolved dramatically since their inception in the 1980s. And the credit goes to Hollywood, who has been able to do the unimaginable task of bringing fiction into our real world. It's no wonder then that our famous childhood animated characters are all coming back to life. Hello everyone, and today we'll look at some of the best movie scenes and how they actually look like before and after VFX. So, let's get started. At number 7, Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. Angelina Jolie truly mastered the art of flying in this 2019 fantasy film. However, to look photorealistic on the big screen, a lot of it was achieved using CGI, and the wings were always completely computer-generated. Now, to make them fly, the traditional method of lifting them up in the air using wires only worked to a certain extent during takeoffs and landings. So the VFX team developed another method where Angelina Jolie and the other characters were flown in the air using a two-pronged tuning fork rig. The rig worked like this. Just imagine how a pitchfork looks here, with no center prong. The center prong being where the performer goes. The fork also had a steering wheel at the back along with a wire that goes to the ceiling on the top. The people in their blue suits are the ones who manually control the wheel. The tuning fork rig worked quite well, in particular for hovering scenes, which allowed the director to fly them backwards, forwards, or sideways in full 360-degree movement. Sometimes up to 3 actors were suspended in the rig within a blue screen space, which were later turned into CGI backdrops. Now, these 2 blue blades which you see at Jolie's back were the ones which were later replaced with animated wings. In those instances, the CGI team would then match the wings with the natural movements in the actors' performances. At number 6, Terminator 2: Judgment Day. Though the movie is almost 3 decades old, the iconic villain character T-1000 is still fresh in our minds. The visual effects used for the T-1000 were highly advanced for the time, combining state-of-the-art CGI, prosthetics, and editing to allow the T-1000 to demonstrate its shape-shifting ability. CGI was required particularly for the T-1000, a liquid metal structure, and this character could transform into almost anything it touches. The creation of the visual effects cost $5 million at the time and took 35 people, including animators, technicians, and artists, and almost 10 months to produce, for a total of 25 man-years. Despite the large amount of time spent, the CGI sequences only totaled 5 minutes of the film. To make a computer model of the face of the T-1000, the VFX team used laser scanning technology called CyberScan. They projected a laser beam across the face of Robert Patrick and used video cameras to build the 3D database. Robert's distinctive walk and run were also recorded and studied vigorously to make the T-1000 as realistic as possible.